Hello and welcome. Today we have a rooftop garden, which I'm very excited to share with you because I just had a very fun time making this. I was heavily inspired originally by a lot of like anime, high school animes specifically, that have like all of these rooftop scenes, like lunch scenes or whatever. So this original like little building to get onto the rooftop is heavily inspired by specifically the scene in Erase, which is an anime that I watched recently where there's like a scene on the rooftop, although it's not the rooftop of a high school, it's the rooftop of a hospital, I think. But regardless, there are a lot of rooftop scenes in anime, and so this is sort of inspired by a lot of those initially. But then I wanted to also make this a usable space, so it's a rooftop garden, and I'm really excited to actually have my Sims like go here. I've already play tested it and like had my Sims plant and stuff in all of the planters and like use everything that's interactable to make sure that everything works. So excitement, it all works. I think there's one planter that is like a big planter, but you can only plant in like 3 of the 4 spots. But I think for the most part you're gonna want to plant like a tree in there anyways or something like that, so just in like the middle spot. But yeah, I wasn't too fussed about that, so I left it. I hope that is all right. It looked good, and it was 75% usable. Okay, that's a pass, that's a C, I'll take it. But here I'm just like laying out. First off, I clicked on like the community garden to see what all the required objects were gonna be, and like laid out almost all of them. The community board, even when you click on it in this like requirement thing, does not show up. I scrolled through all of debug, filtering with eco lifestyle, and could not find it. Finally, I like googled it, and turns out it just doesn't show up. So you have to like save it as an item in the library and then just place it down, which is very silly, but that's okay. It worked out in the end, so that's all that matters. But here are like most of the items that I knew I was going to use. Those what are they called? Pallet boards, I think, in the corner. I was really excited to find those because I ended up stacking them, and yeah, it's just a good time. Also, I realized that when I was recording this, I'm recording like my whole screen, not just like The Sims, which is unintentional, but it's fine, I hope. I hope that there's nothing like incriminating that flashes across it at any point. Well, whatever. It's only the internet. I'm sure it's fine. I had a lot of trouble laying out the garden at first, so I had to look up a bunch of reference images. So I'm sorry for any pauses that are especially long, but initially I thought that I was gonna have I don't know, like more seating areas. There are still quite a few seating areas, but I think it's like pretty garden focused, so that's good. I did also include what other things are here? Ooh, there are a couple things that I want to add that I didn't include actually, but you will definitely be able to garden here. You will definitely be able to paint. There's actually a mural on the back of this wall. What other skills? You can cook. There's a grill. I'm trying to think of what else I added up here. I guess it's largely those things. I really want to add, and I will add, because I removed it because I just felt like it was weird, but I don't know where else in like San Myshunno this would like exist, so I'm probably gonna put it back. But like those like bug composty stations, I don't know, I haven't really played around in live mode in eco lifestyle. Not gonna lie, I don't play in live mode too much. I mostly just build, but I don't know if it's like a separate skill or anything, but yeah, that's there. I might like try to add a recycler. I don't know, I don't want to like add a fabricator and a recycler because I am gonna make a rec center in San Myshunno, and I wanted this to be like largely focused around gardening. So there are like the rainwater collectors and like the solar panels and stuff. So there is sort of like a eco focus, but yeah, I wanted it to be largely gardening focused here. But on that note, I am gonna add the flower arranging table, which I only just thought of today after finished building this yesterday, because I was working on the park for Willow Creek, and I saw the flower arranging table and I was like, oh, should have put that in the rooftop garden for sure. So I will find a place for that. Probably it'll be over near where I put like the potting station, like flower potting station. But this little area over here is like placed wow, I'm losing my voice. But this little area over here is like a place for you to come and do some grilling and hanging out with the members of community, having some food after gardening all day. Yeah, I had a lot of fun just making this place really colorful. I've discovered that I really like having a lot of color in my builds. I think Sims 4 is just a very cartoony style already, so it lends itself to it pretty well, and I have on my reshade like the vibrancy up a decent amount, so it's like even more like colorful and poppin', and I don't know, it's just like visually pleasing and exciting for me to play in builds that are very colorful. I've been gravitating towards that more and more in like my own personal play, like gameplay. I know I said earlier that I don't play ever, but it's not true. I do play sometimes. I just build more of the times. But I do typically sometimes have like a legacy going on, and whenever I make like a new house or like space for them, the kitchen is always like super vibrant. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really fun to have really colorful spaces in The Sims. I think in real life I stray towards neutrals more, or like white largely with like pops of color. I think that looks really nice. Or like adding color through art and stuff like that, rather than like throw pillows, rather than painting the walls like a really bright color. But definitely in The Sims, it's nice to have a lot of bright colors happening. Like the Parenthood tiles, for example, have some really bright choices, and I would never use any of them in real life, but in The Sims I use the really bright ones. Some of this building I was actually building while I was talking and interviewing my uncle. I majored in creative writing in college, and there's one class that I took which was a literary journalism class, and we had to like interview and like write creative nonfiction or literary journalism, I guess. I still don't know the difference between those two. If someone can tell me, that would be great. But it was one of the tougher classes that I took, actually, because it's really difficult as a creative writer, at least if you're someone who is more accustomed to like writing fiction, to not have so much control over the narrative, because it's like a real event that happened that you're writing about. So yeah, that was challenging for me, but I have enjoyed it more and more, and I really like hearing about other people's lives and perspectives on things. So my uncle is awesome, so of course I interview him. I'm hoping to flex that the creative nonfiction muscle a bit, but yeah, we're kind of nearing the end a bit here. Not quite, we still have like 2 more minutes. I hope that it's not largely pauses, because it looks like there's just not a lot of space left to be filled. Oh, I think I was just really indecisive about a lot of stuff. Yeah, I was quite indecisive, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this build has turned out, or is turning out. I don't often have, I guess I do often have my Sims garden, but usually they have like their own garden, so I'm excited to have Sims who garden in like the city more. I think this will allow me to do that more, because usually, unless I have that, there's 1 or 2, actually there are 2 apartments I think in San Myshunno that have like a balcony, and so you can garden there, but it's so impossible to garden otherwise, right? Because you're just like, there's no outdoor space. So I think that it'll be really great to have this lot for your Sims to go to. I don't even know what else to talk about. We're having like a lot of storming happening here, like nor'easter. And it's actually so peaceful. I feel like sometimes when it's really nice out, and maybe I'm just like a weird person, but personally when it's really nice out, if I'm not outside, then I get kind of bummed. I'm like, oh, I could be outside, it's so nice out. But if it's like raining or snowy and stuff and I'm inside, then I'm like, this is correct. I made the correct choice to be inside, and I don't feel as guilty about not going outside as much. So yeah, so now it's raining, and so I don't feel so guilty. Ooh, those lights, sorry, this is a bit ago, but those lights that I used are actually incredible. I don't know why I said that. They're great, but I haven't used them like at all, and so I was really excited to finally have this opportunity to use those lights. They come with like the I think they came with a update to base game. I'm not entirely sure, but screenshots. Build is almost over. I'm sorry, I'm chatting your ear off. Thanks for listening to my ramblings as per usual. I hope you have a lovely day. Take care of yourself. Bye.